Gledate emisiju Radim Gradim.
The first green building rating system, or the first LEED rating system, was launched in 1997, and I will say it took a very, very long time, and I think we're still working to change the perception that green buildings cost more money, that they're focused just on the environment, and really that the economic benefits are really harder to get developers, investors, and tenants to understand. I think that because we now have more solid evidence, that it's easier to convince markets such as Serbia that these things all are very possible, and it's not this abstract movement. We have concrete evidence that shows green buildings rent for more, they sell for more, building occupants are healthier, there's higher occupancy rates. All these things that we've been saying and that we've used as studies, we now have just more buildings that have proven the same thing. So I believe it's easier for people to understand, grasp, and to really make the connection, so that hopefully we don't have the lag time of 13, 14 years where green buildings are introduced and we see market acceptance. I believe that it'll be accepted much quicker here in Serbia than it was in the US, because it was a more abstract movement for a longer period of time. I think that green building and the whole green building movement doesn't start with just the architects or the engineers or an investor. It involves changing the mindset of people, professions. Government needs to change their policies, banks need to change their lending requirements. It really isn't just an easy fix focusing on one segment of the market or on one solution. I would say that we have to start with just the basic things. When we look at things like recycling, this is something that it's possible for everyone to do. We can immediately have an impact on our solid waste and garbage, and if we start showing people that it is very easy to do, and it also has a very strong impact on the environment, then maybe the next step of green building isn't as difficult to understand. You know, in Serbia, I think that owning a car and driving has a different significance than just getting from one point to another. And so as people start understanding more and more that really doing drives to and from short distances has a very negative impact on the environment. If we can instead take the bus, or if a metro is available, this can be a really good thing, and change the perception that people that ride bicycles and take the buses do so because they're poor, or it's an economic indicator versus doing what's right for the environment. So I think that we have to address all these issues, and any way we can make small changes really is going to help us get to the goal of improving the environment. And this is certainly whether it's contributing less to the landfills, using less water, using less energy, having a comprehensive green building, selecting projects in a better location. All these are very important factors, and it requires really addressing the issue from different perspectives, taking different action, and engaging as many people as possible. I am very, very, very impressed. This is the best turnout I've ever seen from a Green Building Council in its first year. I cover the whole Eastern Europe region, and I will say in other areas where we have a greater population and where green building has been around longer, and I mean much longer, I've seen turnout not be as good as what we have here right now, with a smaller population and a newer movement. So for me, this means that it's being very positively received by Serbians, and people are interested, and I hope that translates into increased momentum for the whole movement. You know, we have a lot of work to do in the region. Right now, Serbia has 9 green buildings registered for certification. When we look at a city where there's almost 2 million people, 9 buildings is a very small number. We have a lot of work to do, and so until every building is green, my work is not done. And I really hope that people start and continue to be excited and to really make the connection between doing what's good for the environment also can have other benefits, especially economic or financial benefits. So even if you say you don't care about the environment, certainly everyone would like to save money on their electricity, their energy use. No one likes to spend money on a higher energy bill. Let's take that money and do something more rewarding with it, and at the same time do something good for the environment.